Okay, we live.
Shalom, 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 shalom.
Shalom.
We give all honor and glory to Yahweh.
Hashem,
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone.
Double honors.
To you brothers in love, to the brothers that are doing their truth sincerely and not doing it for vainglory, man.
Right.
You are the service of Berea Camp out here in Atlanta, Georgia. And we come in here today to talk about a very, very serious topic, man. All right, dealing with sacrifice, dealing with, being obedient, dealing with, just dealing with the heat, man. So the name of this title is going to be called Autothysis. All right, we're going to give you the definition of what autothesis is. And it's autothesis, love proven through sacrifice. All right, we're going to play the video and get it started. Oh, big ups to Priest Rob Shabbat. Big ups to Priest Rob Shabbat. Big ups to Rock Calcahan.
Big ups to that.
Brothers, I love you,
Love y'all, brothers.
All right,
Ants self-destruct and explode themselves to protect their colony. In Southeast Asia, there are ants that live in trees that scientists are still marveling over. These ants look like normal ants, but they are far from normal, like me. When these ants detect an enemy, they raise up their butts as a warning to stay away. If a predator touches the ant, it will squeeze their stomach together and blast out a sticky liquid, along with its organs that kind of smells like curry. The yellowish green liquid can paralyze and kill the predator, but will save the colony. These ants used to be called yellow goo, but now we call these ants exploding ants. These ants self-destruct and explode themselves to protect their colony. In South,
right. That was the video right there. So, like the priest said, this is called the autothesis. We're gonna read actually what it is right there in the about autothesis. You got it, priest Tazawam?
I got it.
Okay.
The definition of autothesis is a scientific term for a form of self-destructive defense used by certain ants and termites. The word comes from Greek roots meaning self-sacrifice. The best known examples are ants in the genus Colobopsis cindersi. When threatened, some worker ants contract their abdominal muscles so violently that specialized glands rupture, spraying a sticky, toxic substance onto predators. The ant dies in the process, but it can protect the colony.
Right, so you have an ant that's doing things instinctively. So anytime, it's like a bee. If you mess with a bee too much, it's going to sting you. So by instincts, it's certain ants that will sacrifice themselves. The biggest sacrifice that was ever made on this planet Earth was Yahweh Shah. Yahweh Shah did the sacrifice out of love for the nation of Israel, Yasha'Allah. He had a purpose for the nation of Israel, all right? And he was obedient to his father, okay?
That's right.
Let the video play.
Nature's lit. And honestly, I just want to give them their flowers while they are here, because I just want to take the time out to say that ants are some of the most evolutionarily dope animals that I know. And today we're talking about a species of ant that said, if I'm going down, I'm taking everybody with me. This is that kind of an engagement. Meet the exploding ant. And yes, they are a real thing. These ants, found mostly in tropical forests in Southeast Asia, have one of the most extreme defenses in the animal kingdom. When the colony is under attack, these ants would literally put their lives on the line by exploding themselves. I don't know if y'all ever seen Boys in the Hood, but when I imagine the ants blowing themselves up, all I can think about is Ricky. But these explosions are not random. The ants have these specialized glands that run along the length of their body that are filled with a toxic, sticky substance. When a threat shows up, like another ant species invading the colony, the worker ant will then contract its muscles violently, rupture its body walls, and release a toxic, sticky glue. The process of destroying themselves in this way is called autothysis. And what comes out of them isn't just liquid. It's a sticky, corrosive substance that can trap enemies and unalive them in many cases instantly. So imagine thinking you out here in the ops territory and you're about to take over, and then they just start rupturing like biological grenades. That alone is enough to make me not want to gangbang in the ant world. Because why are they evolving these kind of defenses? Because why? Now let's talk about the science behind this. So this yellowish, sticky defensive chemical is packed with compounds similar to those compounds used by other insects for defensive purposes. Scientists found that it can immobilize predators, damage tissues, and create a barrier that protects the rest of the colony. So even though the individual ant dies, it dramatically increases the survival of the colony. And that's kind of important for understanding why this tactic has evolved, because ants are eusocial, meaning they act as one organism. The goal is to protect the queen and the colony's future, not individual survival. Scientists believe that this behavior evolved from kin selection, where individuals are willing to sacrifice themselves because they share genes with the colony. Basically saying that if my death saves the family, my genes are still winning. Currently, scientists are studying these ants to explain how chemical defense systems have evolved and how insects produce and store reactive compounds safely. They're also trying to understand the psychological side of this, like what makes an ant decide that now is the time to set things off. As always, go do your deeper dive. And remember, nature is lit and it is for everybody. Thanks for rocking with me.
That's it.
Welcome.
Yeah, so as you can see, the ants understand that they got to put their life on the line so the colony, could have a future. Mm-hmm. And that's what Yahweh Shah did, all right? Autothysis, whatever you say, autothesis, whatever. That's what Yahweh Shah did. Let me get Proverbs 6 and 6 and 7. We're going to start with that, then we're going to jump to John 15. Since, that makes the most sense. Go ahead.
Yeah. This is, okay.
You go, Bruce.
This is Proverbs chapter 6, verse 6. It says, go to the ant, thou sluggard, consider her ways.
Consider her ways. Because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, they put lessons that you can learn from an ant.
Right.
Not to be selfish, okay? To be willing to die for your kinsmen, and have a bigger goal than just being, see, our people are too selfish.
Yeah.
They don't care about the things of, let me care about what the poor got going on. You have an elite boule society out here in Atlanta, Yeah.
Consider her ways and be wise. Verse 7, which having no God, overseer, or ruler, provideth her meat in the summer and gathereth her food in the harvest.
Right, man. So the ant, it moves with a purpose. Even though the ant does not have a king or ruler over them, bro, each member understands its role. They understand its role. And Yahweh Shah, the number one autothesis, he understood his role. Mm-hmm. And he put himself on the line for guys like us to even to be able to do what we're doing.
Right.
To get about that pollution of the world,
Right.
That's what I want to know, Southern. Anybody want to say anything?
Now that's important that you said that. This mindset is built inside of them without somebody instructing them, because the ruler, God, or overseer is usually where the influence is coming from.
Right.
They already are all influenced to get to do this together without having to be told.
Right.
So that's something that we all can learn from that. Just moving in sync, knowing that we must gather for one another. Like just that's just, man, that's an autopilot move right there, man.
Right, and it might come upon a time when we're gonna have to do the same thing.
Right.
All right. We know these pastors are not going to do it because they into the world. You're gonna have men that are gonna have to sacrifice their life if that happens, man. Right. Go ahead, priest.
I had a precept.
All right, John 15 and 13. Go ahead, brother, bring your precept.
This is Romans 12 and 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So that's a precursor to, what's being said by Paul. He's given an exhortation to brothers in his faith, and starting to, before addressing the exhortation, acknowledging that it's by the mercy of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai that this exhortation is able to be practiced. It says that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto Yahweh Bashem Shai, which is your reasonable service. So, as we saw with the ants, these ants saw it as their reasonable service to sacrifice themselves to preserve their line, to preserve, their colony. And us maintaining, the word of Yahweh Bashem Shai, coming to serve Yahweh Bashem Shai, we now, stand in that lot of that ant, that's willing to sacrifice and put things on the line, for the preservation of our nation.
Come. Somebody give me John 15 and 13.
Okay.
This is John 15 and 13. It
Jay.
says, greater love have no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends.
Yeah, please, Malak, you speak.
Yes. So taking the concept of the ants, that's what brothers ought to do as well. Put your life on your line for your brethren, for this truth, first and foremost, for Yahweh Shemi Abishai, this truth, and then your brothers.
Yeah, and also that is the greatest form. That's the greatest form of love right there.
Yeah.
All right. That autothesis or autothysis, right? That's how you prove love. That's the ultimate. That's the eyes you could go. Not just by words, because anybody could come and say a bunch of words. Words means nothing if you're not willing to show it. You have something to say, please, Zaquan?
Yeah.
Now say, and Yahweh Shai already set the example. He had to lay his life down for us. So that's the love. He showed his love for us. We have to do the same for the other brothers. Other,
Go ahead, 14 to 15.
For the nation.
Yeah.
And like the priest brought out Romans.
If ye do whatsoever I command you.
Go ahead, finish, please.
You might be in the bad areas of corn. Somebody pick a 14.
Is it the land?
Somebody pick a 14 for him.
This is John chapter 15, verse 14. Ye are my friends if ye do whatsoever I command you.
Right, you are friends. You know what I'm saying? You connected. If you do whatsoever Yahweh Shah command you, you become a friend now. And that's you being obedient, having that mindset that you got to put things on the line for brothers.
Right.
Yeah.
Verse 15. Henceforth I call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth. But I have called you friends. For all things that I have heard of my Father, I have made known unto you.
That's right. So Yahweh Shah, he let you know right then and there that he ain't died for no strangers, man. We are friends. When you walk around and you in this earth and you going to work or you at the gym, or you got to remember that you a friend of Yahweh Shah. So there's no reason for you to be, being afraid about certain things. You a friend of Yahweh Shah. The Most High will move mountains for you, man.
Yeah.
And these guys, these pastors that's out here, they not trying to bring you into that friendship. They worried about their own thing. You can play the video.
Con.
Especially here in Atlanta, we got gay bishops, we got gay pastors, and they're deceiving many, and they're leading people straight to hell. I'll call them out by name. I'll say them by name. I don't do this much, but we have two gay bishops, very prominent around the world, in the city. Vision Cathedral Church, Bishop O.C. Allen and Rashad Burgess. We were at a black gay pride parade. It's preaching the love of Jesus on the streets. They happened to be there, and I have it on video. I told them the truth. I told them,
talked to who?
I talked to the bishops, the gay bishops.
No, you didn't.
I did. They were standing right across from us, and I told them, I said, hey guys, this is wrong, and this is what the Bible says. They just ignored me. They went back in their car, started bopping their head to their music in their convertible, and just drove off. I said, all I can do is pray for them. You know what's even more deceptive is seeing the pastors who actually go to their church and preach and don't say anything, or that approve of them and have them preach at their churches and they're connected, but don't say anything. That's ultimate deception. Now I have to defend the faith.
Okay.
Now I have to be firm. Now I got to rebuke.
Now I got to
remember not too long after I got saved.
Yeah, you can speak, preach a lot.
Yeah, so that, hey man, this brother right here said he's seen this going on out here. So they're not going to sacrifice their lives because look what they're doing right now with their lifestyle. They're giving into all types of vile acts and to pleasures that's against the scriptures, you know. And they're not gonna. If they can't put that down, then they damn sure are not laying their lives down on for the people. And that's why we see in Atlanta that what's going on at the bottom. You know, at the bottom you got a bunch of this is going on in Bulldogs. There's poverty going on. You know, so these are supposed to be the leaders in power. So like we read about the ants, these supposed to be the leaders. The ants don't have an overseer and they know to do the right thing. Who's right here is supposed to be the leaders, and they acting and showing the wrong way to go. To the point where a younger brother has to address them, and they just totally keep going on. So, you know, that's a bad state. That's not the love of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
Right.
And when you go into that word love, L is supposed to be for long suffering. You're supposed to ask, do I show patience even when it is difficult? You know? And that's what it is, man. The Lord showed a lot of patience. You know, condemned by sinners. You know, the Lord put down his life when we were sinners. The O stands for others first. Am I putting others before selfish desires? And them pastors are not putting others first before selfish desires. They ain't a convertible, like he said. They live in the homosexual lifestyle. You know, they go into pride parade. And when you think about LGBTQ, when you think about that, you're not procreating. So you're just thinking about pleasures. You're just thinking about having a pleasurable time and never ever doing anything that plants a seed, you know?
Right.
Because there's no children that could come from them activities. So you're not even thinking about the future. V is virtuous actions. Are my actions reflecting righteousness, mercy, and truth? And we look throughout we look throughout America, we look throughout this country, we look throughout the pastors, we look throughout our own people. You see that there's no righteous actions, there's no mercy, there's no truth. That's why you got war. That's why you got viruses breaking out. You know, that ants who sacrificed for the colony. That's a virtuous thing to do.
Right.
Nobody's going to sacrifice their money or their time for somebody else to get ahead. For some reason, Jake thinks if somebody else get ahead of them, you know, they as if it's hurting. Nah, we supposed to be a nation.
And the ant don't have no understanding of mortgages, loans, Maybachs, celebrity. You know, and here it is. You 6'4", 300 pounds, and you an ant don't even have that, bro.
Yeah.
And he moved better than you.
Yeah.
He wanted to risk it on the line. And that's why Donald Trump having his way, giving his people $1.7 billion in reparations.
Yeah.
But then we get in a position to do things, we don't look out for each other, man.
Right.
So we can learn a lot from ants, man, in regards to the V. You can read the E and then go to Donald Trump.
The E stands for enduring compassion. Right? You're supposed to endure compassion. You can't get burnt out. Man, Nah, you got to keep going. Right? It says enduring compassion. Do I continue to love even when challenged, offended, or tired? Yeah,
right. Donald Trump is enduring. He's giving people, he's dealing with his race of people.
Yeah.
He even though they broke into the Capitol and technically they're supposed to be in the federal penitentiary, he's always going to show love to his people, his nation.
Yeah.
We don't got that same love.
Nah.
We too much caught up in what we wearing, what we driving, you know, the status of our homes.
Yeah.
And that's what's making us lose that endurance of love, man, for one another. Really, when you see our people, we're tired, we fatigued.
Yeah.
You know, you can play it.
Yep.
Department has this new fund that was announced today,
$7 billion.
Yeah.
Why should taxpayers pay for the January?
Well, it's been very well received. I have to tell you, I know very little about it. I wasn't involved in the whole creation of it and the negotiation. But this is reimbursing people that were horribly treated. It's anti-weaponization. They've been weaponized. They've been, in some cases, imprisoned wrongly. They paid legal fees that they didn't have. They've gone bankrupt. Their lives have been destroyed. And they turn out to be right. I mean, it was a terrible period of time in the history of our country. And they worked on it. I know the Justice Department, it's really been working on it very hard. There's been numerous other occasions over the years where things like this have been done. But these were people that were weaponized and really treated brutally by a system that was so corrupt, with corrupt people running it, and they're getting reimbursed for their legal fees and the other things.
So I'll let you know, man, you blacks, Latinos, and Native American, y'all not getting no reparation.
No.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap. And who's coming after him? Fuck it. He might do something to stay in office permanently.
Yeah.
Right.
You know? Invoke an act or bring in martial law, and he can just, with this guy in office, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
You know, Jake's is losing their jobs, more unemployment. This dude is purposely attacking, literally attacking one group of people, the Israelites.
Yeah.
Yep.
Romans 5 and 7.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 5, verse 7. It says, I'm going to read the NLT.
Yeah.
It says, now most people would not be willing to die for an upright person, though someone might perhaps be willing to die for a person who is especially good. Verse 8, but the Most High show...
Break it down, brother.
Yeah, it right here between 7 and 8 is giving the comparison between Yahweh Shah and an ordinary person. Like an ordinary person would probably think they'd probably be straddling the fence to pull this act, this righteous act. But Yahweh Shah put it all on the line for the nation of Israel. Starting with the elect. So verse 8, here we go. It says, but the Most High showed his great love for us by sending Yahweh Shah to die for us while we were still sinners. While we were still sinners, while we were still committing acts, abominable acts, while we were still praising other gods, eating foul, abominable foods. The Most High, he still sent his son and said, you know what, put your life on the line for these people. They know not what they do. The creature was made subject to vanity. I know what situation I put them in. Go and put your life on the line for them. You know?
And that was for past sins, present sins, and future sins.
Wow.
So it would behoove everybody to get back with Yahweh Shah. Everybody. To that way you won't have to be up under that curse and constantly just get destroyed.
Yeah.
Next joint.
Yeah.
Judges.
Yeah. This Judges 16-21. But the Philistines took him and put out his eyes.
Talking about Samson.
Uh-huh.
So Samson, he went off, he sinned against the Most High, broke a vow, right? And what happened? The Lord jacked him up.
Yeah.
Took out his eyes, violated him. Samson was the strongest man on the planet at that time. Nobody was stronger than him. Yeah.
It says, and bound him with fetters of brass, and he did grind in the prison house. Verse 22, howbeit the hair of his head began to grow again after he was shaven.
Right. The Most High is restoring Samson. Even when Samson messed up, when his hair started growing back, the Most High was restoring him. Because they shaved his head. He had a Charles Barkley. He had a baldy. Yeah.
Verse 23, then the lords of the Philistines gathered them together for to offer a great sacrifice unto Dagon their God, and to rejoice. For they said, our God have delivered Samson, our enemy, into our hand.
You see, the Philistines, who are the invading ants, right? They was invading ants because once they took Samson down, who do you think they was going to go after next? All the Israelites.
Right.
They was getting ready to invade up under their God.
Right.
Yeah.
Judges 16-24. And when the people saw him, they praised their God. For they said, our God have delivered into our hands our enemy and the destroyer of our country, which slew many of us.
See, Samson, people don't understand that all these nations know who could destroy them. They know if we was to all come together for righteousness' sake, they're done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Judges 16:25, and it came to pass when their hearts were merry that they said, call for Samson, that he may make us sport. And they called for Samson out of the prison house, and he made them sport.
And that's what they wanted, entertainment.
Uh-huh.
You know, we don't know what they had Samson doing. You know, they probably was telling him to do this. Yo, Samson, do this. Yo, do that dance. Or yo, I want to see you flex your muscles. Yeah. That's what they got Jake doing now. Jake is just for sport. James Harden, Donovan Mitchell, Luka Doncic. These are Israelites. Blake Griffin, Jalen Brunson. They for sport. What'd you say, Priest?
No, I was saying people like Trae Young.
Trae Young, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they set him between the pillars. Verse 26, and Samson said, that's 16:26, and Samson said unto the lad that held him by the hand, suffer me that I may feel the pillars, whereupon the house standeth, that I may lean upon them.
So what was Samson doing? Samson was about to do autothysis. He's positioning himself to be sacrificed.
Right.
In his mind, he already know what he's about to do.
Right.
You know? Yeah.
Verse 27. Now the house was full of men and women, and all the lords of the Philistines were there. And there were upon the roof about 3,000 men and women that beheld while Samson made sport.
So this was the whole Boule society. This was the elites of the Philistines.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? These people know what they're doing. They sit above us. Samson said, yo, I got to take all these dudes out.
Mm-hmm. This was the opportunity.
That's right. Yeah.
28. And Samson called unto the Lord and said, O Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, remember me. I pray thee and strengthen me. I pray thee only this once, O Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, that I may be at once avenged of the Philistines for my two eyes.
You see, he's asking the Most High, not through working out through the flesh. He knows where he get his strength from.
Right.
A lot of guys think they get their strength from pumping iron. You get your strength from Yahweh Shah. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Yeah.
Verse 29, and Samson took hold of the two middle pillars upon which the house stood, and on which it was borne up, of the one with his right hand and of the other with his left. Verse 30, and Samson said, let me die with the Philistines. And he bowed himself with all his might, and the house fell upon the lords and upon all the people that were therein.
And they died. Samson sacrificed himself. All right? That's what Jake got to understand. In order for this place to go down, we might have to sacrifice. We have to sacrifice ourselves. Lakia. You know? This system, America represents a system of oppression. Just like the Philistines, that was a system of oppression.
Right.
You know? And if the pillars is what hold up everything. So that means that we got to go out because we're not taking the mark of the beast. So, hey, then that's what we got to do.
Right.
Because America's not going to stop doing what they. The only thing that's going to stop America is Yahweh Shah.
Right.
You know? They're going to keep on invading countries. They're going to keep on stealing resources. They're going to keep on making more data centers.
Right.
It's not going to stop. Till there's no more water. They're going to keep it going. And if they can go to Mars or the moon, they're gonna keep doing that too. Yeah. Which we know they can't go there, but I'm saying whatever his mind goes, it's just a waste of way his heat. He's gonna waste everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says, so the dead which he slew at his death were more than they which he slew in his life.
See, and that sacrifice right there, bro, that was next level sacrifice. All right. And Samson was big. You got this guy, Big Groove. Probably a son of Samson. Right. He's a fucking asshole. He's over here dancing and dancing all over the place, doing the bachata, and people hate him.
Yeah.
Moab hates him.
Yeah.
Big Groove, we about to play an article. Moab is about to get one of the most poisonous fish and put it in his food and kill him.
Yeah.
And you people think that these people gonna get salvation? You think the Lord died for these guys?
Right.
Absolutely not.
Y'all still go to these Chinese restaurants and eat from them and get their General Tso's chicken? They beef is dog. You don't know what the hell you eating, man.
You don't know what
Right.
the fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, you can play. I'm gonna mute. I'm gonna let y'all brothers talk.
The life of this popular TikTok food content creator, and you won't believe the reason why. Check this out. Los Angeles authorities arrested Kenji Takahashi, the owner of Kuruwana Sushi, on Sunday following an alleged plot to poison the popular food content creator known as Big Groove. Police reports indicate that Takahashi invited the influencer to his establishment for a staged video featuring a 5-pound mega sushi roll. Investigators claim that Takahashi intended to conceal 3 lethal raw blowfish inside the dish in a calculated attempt to end the creator's life. The scheme unraveled after a member of the restaurant staff contacted law enforcement, providing investigators with text messages where Takahashi openly expressed his personal disdain for the creator. Prosecutors have filed formal charges, and Takahashi is currently facing counts of attempted first-degree murder, solicitation to commit murder, and conspiracy to commit a violent felony. Evidence presented at the initial hearing included digital transcripts where the chef wrote, "I just don't like him. He's too big to be dancing like that, and he is always smiling." A judge has ordered that Takahashi be held without bond as the legal proceedings move forward. Big Groove addressed his fan base through a social media post earlier today. The creator appears shocked but maintained his trademark humor throughout the brief update. "I might have to take a break from food content for a while behind this. Nah, I'm just joking. Shark bite!" he shouted in the video, referencing his signature catchphrase. This right here shows you, people, that in this world, just being happy is enough for an extremely miserable person to want to take your life, man. This is insane. The guy said, "I don't like that he's always smiling. He's too big to be moving like that." And although I do have to agree that it does look a little weird that somebody this big is that flexible and that mobile, right? In no way, shape, or form, make sure you want to take somebody's life. We're just not used to watching big people like this dancing, man. This man right here.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, bro, through the Holy Spirit, man, you know, this lets you know that the other nations, they don't like Jake, man. Right. So we got to work together. Yeah, you can't think that you're going to be able to go over to these restaurants and dance and do all of this stuff and create content and that you're not going to have no enemies, you know?
Yeah.
But, huh?
The Lord, no, I was going to say the Lord said don't trust your enemies, but Jake still going to these different restaurants and just play around. But the Lord showed him mercy, though. You know, that was a warning from the Lord.
Yes, that was.
Hey, Preacher Lock, tell them what happened when we went to Superline with the Moabite spot.
Oh, yeah, we went to a clothing spot, you know, where, you know, Moab, because Moab control these industries, you know, these are the heathen, the ones that lick the dog's wounds, man. I mean, the dogs that lick Lazarus' wounds. So when we go inside of the clothing store to buy clothes, the first thing before we even get halfway through the door, hey, your bag, yeah, you know, you're gonna have to take your bag. It's like, damn, you know, I feel like we was like all the technology, y'all, all of the cameras, all everything. That was some shit from the 80s and 90s era. Oh, yo, you got to hold your bag. This is how they was moving.
Hey, Preach, we was walking down aisles. Them niggas was popping out through clothes.
Yo,
you need any help? Yeah, hurry up and buy. It was like one of them shit.
Yes, it was.
They got a preconceived notion of Jake, you know. They that's how they look at Jake. Like Jake is just robbers and stealers. No, y'all are the thieves. Right. Y'all the robbers. You are the nations. You know, Jake, that we learned that from y'all. Starting with Esau. You know, we are righteous people. It's just that the scriptures say we have surpassed the deeds of the wicked.
Right.
You know, that's y'all. But that's how they look at Jake.
Right.
And that's why we got to be more on point and working with each other and showing more love as a people, man. You know,
Yeah.
and whoever don't want to be, I'm talking about the elect. I'm talking about elect men. I'm not talking about this. Not for everybody, because everybody not going to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you got people that's this guy is he wanted him dead, man. You know. So imagine what they're doing at the regular local restaurants in the hood. You know.
Right.
You don't know what's in that goddamn JJ Fish, that white powder. That shit, you don't know what's in there.
Yeah.
You know? Philippians 2 and 5. 2 and 3 and 5.
All right. So Philippians 2 and 3 says, let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in lowliness of mind, let each esteem other better than themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, that's important, bro. You gotta. That's a spirit that's not being pushed in this world, you know. So you looking at on what others things than yourself. So you really could being considered about how is my nation lacking, and then that was gives you more purpose driven. You're gonna be more purpose and more effective. Your drive is gonna be much stronger. You know, not just okay, damn, I'm trying to get me the new whatever it is, Benz or the new, you know, you just looking on your own things. When you looking on a nation, you're seeing that okay, the nation is lacking spiritual, morals. You know, you got Jakes walking around. You know, this. You know, so when you looking and you seeing these things, you seeing that oh shit, you know, this is what is lacking. It's lacking in morality. It's lacking the Holy Spirit. You know, and then that's why that's what gives brothers the drive to do videos, to actually speak, to go out there and pray. You know,
you got to play it.
Oh, okay.
This nigga look like Patrick Beverly.
That nigga's out of line, man.
Out of pocket. Autobots, roll out.
That's sad, man, because you know you got kids walking around. Kids got to see that.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, that's confusion. That's confusion for the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. They asking their parents, well, what is that? Is that a man or a lady? You know?
Right.
Yeah. We can't think no more about, because this image right here affects everybody.
Yeah.
This affects how the other nations look at us. This affects the scope, the mentality, how everything is being processed.
Right.
It's confusing the kids. It's you know, and this dude could fight, man.
That dude looks strong as hell, man.
Yeah.
That
dude looks stronger than a mother.
You know, this brother got the nation of Israel between his legs, and this is what he decides to do.
Damn.
You know, where's the guys? Where's the sons of Samson? Where they at? Not only that, we making Yahweh Shah look bad.
Yeah.
So when we see things like that, we can't co-sign it.
Right.
When you see a guy like this, he wants to replace a woman. You females should be on board and be like, nah, we ain't doing that.
Yeah.
You know? Keep reading. Stop at verse 5.
This verse 3. I mean verse 4. So like it says, look not every man on his own things, but every man also on the things of others.
Yeah, he's looking at his own desires. You know, he's into his own. He's not looking at, like the brother said, how does this going to be promoted towards the nation? What effect is this going to have for how other nations is going to look at us? What about for the kids? So yeah,
because you got Jakes that say that, oh, man, it's not my life. That's his life. He, you know, it ain't got nothing to do with me. You know, Jake like to turn a blind eye, but this is wickedness, man.
Right.
This was going to cause 2/3 of Israel to be destroyed.
Yeah.
Verse 5 it says, let this mind be in you, which was also in Yahweh Shah HaMashiach.
Wow. Yeah, so Yahweh Shah kept himself a certain way because he understood the Lord was perfect. Yahweh Shah was perfect. All right, but that's what he did. He did that thinking about others, knowing that, all right, I'm gonna live this perfect life. So these men beside me, that's learning, the disciples and the others, to know, you know, the apostles, you know, the elect in its totality, can have a guideline on how to move by. But he set an example, you know, and literally laid down his life in doing so. That was it on 5, right?
Yeah, that was in on 5.
Come on, 1 John 3:16. The second Maccabees 6:24.
1 John 3:16, NLT. It says, we know what real love is because Yahushua gave up his life for us. So we also ought to give up our lives for our brothers and sisters.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's the mindset, you know, like brothers is harping on through the Holy Spirit. We got to give up our life as well. We got to present our bodies as a living sacrifice. You know, telling Jake, you know, what's wrong and what's right, how to turn to this righteous lifestyle, you know?
Right.
Yeah, because Esau about to make a move, man. He about to really make a damn move, man. You know? Keep going, verse 17.
Verse 17, Khan, Salakia. Verse 17, it says, if someone has enough, NLT, if someone has enough money to live well and see a brother or sister in need but shows no compassion, how can the Most High's love be in that person?
Damn.
Wow. Yeah, how? There's no compassion. There's no love. There's no righteous love. You know,
Yeah,
you just think
that love, the love that Yahweh Shah want from brothers to display on the earth is being showing generosity to brothers, man.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Shah, the Most High put great brothers in his camp that have displayed that. From Priest Malak, Priest Karal, Priest Shalak, Priest Zayak, Zaquan, Atazawam, you know, all these men, Ra'ab Shapat, all these men have displayed that somehow, some way. And that is that's what the Most High like to see.
Right.
You know? Because you can't be, you know, the spirit of the Lord is the spirit of prophecy, right? But also outside of that, how you live in your life. That matters. You can't be bringing out all this prophecy and then you ain't moving right in life.
Right.
You know?
And having charity. That is beautiful to have a charity spirit. You know, just love for another. You know, it's beautiful to have that type of spirit, man.
Right.
And really, that's and one of the perks to that. One of the perks to that is the Most High. He cleans your slate. The scriptures say, you know, that he that have charity amongst each other covers a multitude of sins.
Right.
So the most,
so the Most High give you different provisions on how you could get that sin up off you. You know.
Yeah.
Second Maccabees 6:24. Then we're gonna go to this video. You can get in the GNT. You get in the GNT if you want.
Oh.
The water, and then we're gonna play this video.
Second Maccabees 6.
Yeah.
4.
2:28. Yeah.
Let me see. My brother get it first. They can grab it.
Yeah.
GNT.
Yeah.
I got it.
Good.
This is Second Maccabees chapter.
I got it. 6:24. Such deception. It says, such deception is not worthy of a man of my years. Many young people would think that I had denied my faith after I was 90 years old.
Right. So you're going to have a lot of people that's going to be acting like they taking the trip. Some of your biggest celebrities. All right. Eleazar said, "Oh no, I'm not doing that," because you can make people stumble. These guys is trying to make the mark of the beast on a godlike level. All right, we can't even play with this. When that time comes, we can't act like we doing nothing. We got to fall through.
Right.
You know?
Verse 25, if I pretended to eat this meat just to live a little while longer, it would bring shame and disgrace on me.
We don't want to act like we eating this meat. We're not even playing that game. Pause, no homo. I'm talking about the mark of the beast. Okay? We have an influence. You men, we are the pillars of our nation.
Mm-hmm.
We have influence by us being men, growing our beards, living a certain way, or preaching with our fringes on. Yeah.
It says, in disgrace on me and lead many young people astray.
See, that's what it's about. You can do some shit and affect the youth. We not trying to, bro. The so-called Black and Latino race, we getting more feminine year by year.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of you got more feminine dances. You see more men wearing pocketbooks now.
Like you said earlier, the big groove dude. Look, you got ancient stature, bro. What are you doing dancing like that, bro? That's why the Most High had to scare you, man. You got all this stature, this height, this, and you playing around. That's it.
Verse 26, for the present, I might be able to escape what you could do to me. But whether I live or die, I cannot escape Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
You speak on it.
Right. So he's like, yeah, at the present moment, I might be able to escape the death that's being presented at this moment, but I'm always going to be, I'm never going to escape the Lord. Like King David said, I can't escape the Most High. So if I die, I'm going to go to the Lord. The next day, the Most High is in control of. So Eleazar, he thought it all the way through. He said, just because if I try to escape this moment, I'm not escaping the Heavenly Father. He control my breath. He control if I'm going to wake up tomorrow. He control if I'm breathing, if I'm seeing. So overall, I'm not even going to win, even when I think I'm going to gain for myself. Because the Lord control everything. So that was, powerful what Eleazar did, man. He went to the core of it. Like, I'm not going to get away. So it says, verse 27, if I die bravely now, it will show that I deserve my long life. Right. You might think that, well, yeah, what you mean you deserved your long life? No. Now it's a proof because you're going to come back. Well, right. You know what? I could give this brother another 90 years. He deserved to live that long because he's going to be a righteous influence.
Right. And it leaves a legacy. There's a legacy that's tied, to that act, that pushes a energy, a spirit amongst the nation.
Mm-hmm. Right. It says, verse 28, it will also set a good example, the legacy, like you said, a good example of the way young people should be willing and glad to die for our sacred and respected laws.
Yeah, so Eleazar in this moment is practicing autothesis. He's being willing to put his life on the line for the consideration of the youth and the entire nation, preserving the line of righteousness for Israel. Because Eleazar had a certain reverence in Israel. He was a pillar. So if Eleazar would have went off and did what he did, what these guys were trying to have him do, eat the swine, that would have sent a shockwave, for a lot of Israels to feel comfortable to the idea of conforming.
Right.
As soon as a lot of people want to take this mark of the beast so they can walk again.
Mm-hmm.
So they could beat their cancer, their sicknesses, whatever type of demons is going to be in that chip is going to do miracles.
Yeah.
So this mindset of letting everybody do whatever they want to do. Oh, it don't concern me. What this guy's talking about is going to concern you. Mm-hmm. Trust me. In the book of Daniel, they talk about how even after the destruction of America, you're going to have some judges with their heads down.
Yeah.
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 You're gonna have Jake feeling fucked up.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody could get that.
Yeah.
The point is in 28. Then we're gonna play the video. Read that 28 one more time.
Verse 28, it will also set a good example of the way young people should be willing and glad to die for our sacred and respected laws. As soon as he said these things, he went off to be tortured.
Mm.
I can add a precept to that.
Con. Yeah, that was an
Con.
infinity push. But you go ahead, brother.
No, you about to say something? You say.
No. Go ahead.
Okay, gone. It's Second Maccabees 7:1. It said it came to pass also that 7 brethren with their mother were taken and compelled by the king against the law to taste swine's flesh, and were tormented with scourges and whips. Verse 2 says, but one of them that spake first said thus, what wouldest thou ask or learn of us? We are ready to die rather than to transgress the laws of our fathers.
Wow.
So Eleazar did push that, through the Holy Spirit to the people,
Right.
Wow.
because they followed through with that, and they died for the truth. But yeah,
Wow.
Keep reading. Stop at 9.
Come. Verse 3 it says, then the king, being in a rage, commanded pans and cauldrons to be made hot.
I want to touch on that verse 3. The aspect of standing for righteousness, this mindset of putting the nation first, this mindset of self-sacrifice, this is enraging the heathen. They don't mind for Israelites to be self-centered. They don't mind for Israelites to have a mindset where they can be, carrying themselves in sin. But when you take a stance for righteousness, this is what enrages the heathen to move the way that they do. So Israel has to align themselves back to this mindset, because when you look up the name Eleazar, his name means Yahweh has helped. The mindset taking on the spirit of Eleazar to stand for our faith, Yahweh B'Shem El Shai is going to help.
Wow.
God. That was it on that?
No, that was it on the point. You keep reading.
God. This is verse 4. It says, which forthwith being heated, he commanded to cut out the tongue of him that spake first, to cut out the most other parts of his body, the rest of his brethren and his mother looking on. So just because the mother and the rest of the brethren wanted to stand up for the truth, this king wanted to kill them, but they stood on the truth. What Yahweh Shemel Shah.
And that's why Esau going to do a lot of things. He going to do things in front of our family to see who's going to break.
Yeah.
And we got to be willing to show that love and be like, man, listen, I got to go. I'm not worried, but Daddy, don't go. I got to go. You need to go too.
Yeah.
If they want to take you out for not taking this trip, you need to die too. Be like your dad.
Yeah.
And that's the energy that they don't want that energy to be pushed. That's why they're going to constantly show you the images of Kevin Hart, the images of Kevin Hart, of Shaquille O'Neal. These guys are self-driven. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Verse 5. It says, now when he was thus maimed in all his members, he commanded him, being yet alive, to be brought to the fire, and to be fried in the pan, and as the vapor of the pan was for a good space dispersed, they exhorted one another with the mother to die manfully, saying thus, says the Lord
So
Yahweh.
these people was torturing our people. You think salvation is for them? What do you
yeah. When does the swing of the sword need to be saved? He's the one who's causing the pain.
Right. Who do we be saved from?
That nigga need to be saved from himself. And how did that? You know, the only way to do that is for him to go down.
Right.
Right. To be saved, that means you got to be rescued.
Rescued. Elon Musk. Look at this dude's face. He's not. Look at the haircut. Look at that fucking haircut. He don't got to be saved from nothing. Look how red he look. You know? Go ahead.
Verse 6, it says, the Lord Yahweh looketh upon us, and the truth have comfort in us, as Moses and his song, which witness to their faces declared, saying, and he shall be comforted in his servants.
Good. Last one.
Verse 7, it says, so when the first was dead after this manner, they brought the second to make him a mocking stock. And when they had pulled off the skin of his head with the hair, they asked him, wilt thou eat? Before thou be punished throughout every member of the body.
Good.
And this is just over pork, bro.
Right.
Facts.
This is just over eating pork. Jake, man. This is Jake pay now to pay their money to eat pork. Yep. This is how low. This is
You think they're gonna allow you in a whole society that's microchipped up to be walking around with no chip? You're gonna push a spirit of rebellion.
Yeah.
That's why you being around.
Yep.
You know, you're gonna make yourself a prey.
Right. Yeah. We saw that happen with C-19, COVID-19. You know, they ostracized people from their families. They villainized you on the media. You weren't able to get certain jobs and maintain employment. Like you literally were put into a pocket where you couldn't be around unless you were willing to conform to the law of the land.
Yeah.
The mark of the beast is going to be that times 100.
Yeah. Yep. Good.
Verse 8, it says, but he answered in his own language and said, no.
La'ah. In the Hebrew, la'ah. No. Good.
It says, wherefore he also received the next torment in order, as the former did.
And that's what they're going to be doing. They're going to be lining dudes up. You sure you don't want to get this? Nah. All right. You know, you got to go too. You got Donald Trump. He's bringing back the firing. Where you got to get shot for execution. Fire squad. So hey, you might catch 1,000 bullets for not doing that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Good.
Priest Awam, you said something one time, brother. That was powerful through the Holy Spirit. If you get put into this position, that right there should be like a affirming moment, because it's like, wow, clearly I'm standing for righteousness if y'all got me put into this position right here. If you got to get to the point where you're willing to kill somebody for their stance, that is affirming that we on the right course.
Yeah.
Because we don't have friendship with this world.
Right.
We're not going to take the mark of the beast.
Right.
And the fact that they will come after those that are standing for the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Shai is affirming that we doing the right thing.
Yeah, because that's the law.
Like these people are. Yep.
That's the law. Don't take the chip. You can't say I'm talking about Christianity. Right. That's the law, bro. We can't break that for nothing.
Right.
You know? You say you're not gonna be able to buy or sell. Then what you gonna do in this world? If you can't buy nothing and sell nothing, then what you gonna do? You're gonna have to come outside and do something.
Yeah.
You know? Go ahead.
Verse 9, it says, and when he was at the last gasp, he said, thou like a fury takest us out of this present life.
Even when he's at his last gasp, his last dying breath.
Man.
Look how this brother was moving, man.
Woo!
Holy Spirit, bro. Yeah.
Look how he moving. So these stories is meant to put brothers in a certain level. Of faithfulness, man.
Yeah.
Like you think somebody in their last breath would be like, no, please, mama. Nah. You didn't say mama. You didn't do the Quavo.
Yeah.
George Floyd. Mama.
Yeah, George Floyd crying for his mama.
Yo.
Yeah.
Cause it says, though like a fury taketh us out of this present life, but the king of the world shall raise us up.
The king. So even he's seen Yahweh Shah. He's seen Yahweh Shah. He knew what's that, Thessalonians, that I'm going to be risen up one day.
Yeah.
So that's the love that Yahweh Shah, even in the book of Maccabees, they understood the love of Yahweh Shah.
Man.
Check that out. This before he was even on the scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says, who have died for his laws unto everlasting life.
That's right. Who have died? Who's the one that died?
Yahweh Shai.
Right. So just because you suffer, that's not going to stop nothing. Suffer. Embrace the suffering. You dudes in this society, y'all have been sissified. Everything got to come smooth for you. If you hit a pothole, you're gonna crash out.
Yeah.
Sometimes life gonna throw potholes at you. And what this guy Elon Musk is about to say, this is gonna be a pothole, bro.
Yeah.
All the pastors should be talking about this. All the influencers, Wallow 267, Earn Your Leisure, they should be all talking about this right here, bro. Yeah, Chris.
It's an Atlanta pothole.
I think some kind of brain machine interface that can give you cybernetic superpowers, I think, is probably good. It could, help people that have brain or spine injuries. Restore, enable people who've never spoken for years to speak again, which we've done. Give people eyesight who have lost both eyes of the optic nerve. Or maybe have never even seen at all.
Yeah.
See what Esau is doing, he's playing on the psychology of people, man. Oh, this girl, I haven't been able to see for 20 years. Why is this demonic?
Right.
You see, they're going to do it in such a way when we say no, even the dudes that was blind, they gonna want to kill us.
Yeah.
The dudes that was paralyzed, they gonna want to kill us.
Yeah.
They gonna say, man, kill these niggas, man.
Yep.
The dude that don't got an arm. And they've been doing that. You can look at the Marvel comic where they had that dude Bucky. He had a mechanical arm. They are conditioning you. There's a movie called Swan Song. They're conditioning you to tap into the technology.
Right.
In that movie Swan Song, you was able to take the chip, clone yourself, download your data, and you was having cancer, you was about to die. They'll take you to a resort, let you die there, but let your clone live with your family.
That's some fucking insane shit.
So what I'm trying to say is that it's going to come upon a time you ain't even going to know who's a clone and who's not a clone.
Yeah, this world got to go, bro. Yeah.
It's going to get there.
Huh?
It's going to get there. Yeah, the Most High going to let them take a peek into his enterprise, and then the Most High going to destroy it, but he going to get a peek at it. You going to see like the movie Artificial Intelligence. The boy was crying. He was like, I'm real. He was letting the people know I'm real. Yeah. That's going to actually take place.
I got a precept, man.
Me too. Whenever you brothers get ready, get a chance.
This is Sirach 12 and 17. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. Yeah, this nigga right here, bro. If you look at your eyesight, this nigga here. Neuralink.
Yo.
If you can't walk, we got the answer for you. Word, the money. Oh no, faster payments. Your bank account been stolen. Oh no, yeah, we got the answer. Take this chip.
Right.
Find him there first. Why does he have the solution to all of this? Because he coming with the
No, I was gonna say the way how he packaged it too, bro. It's like you said it's probably a good thing.
Yeah.
Like nigga, it ain't good. You just trying to sell it in a way to where it could lead to somebody's demise.
Yeah.
But you ain't taking ownership.
Right.
They gotta make it look fluffy. They gotta package it nice and fluffy.
Yeah.
You know, for the people. You know, this is it's going to do this. It's going to do that. It's going to find. It's going to stop kid trafficking. You know,
Yeah.
kids getting kidnapped and sex trafficking. It's going to stop that.
Right. Right.
You know, these are the things they're going to pitch to the public.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
John, you let play.
I'm gonna just finish it up. It says, and though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. And this is it. You're gonna see.
He got that undermining look too.
Got it.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah. Yeah.
Blind from birth, by direct interface to the optical centers in the brain. You can actually restore eyesight, or give people eyesight that they've never had before, and you can enable people to walk again, which I think is profound. I mean, these are kind of Jesus level things, you know, like so like when technologies are getting like Jesus level miracles, you know, like that's pretty good.
Elon Musk has claimed that
Now, if
Neuralink.
Yahweh Shai didn't exist, why would they be speaking about comparing the access to the chip to the miracles that Yahweh Shai performed in the earth?
Why would you even be talking about the Bible, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because Esau in his heart, he's trying to ascend to a godlike state. They're
14.
comparing this technology in a way that they will become deified.
Right.
They're going to become gods.
Right.
That's how you know this is an idol.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I said
be like the Most High.
I got that whenever you know. Yep.
You can bring it up.
Nah, you got to freestyle up whenever the video stopped.
Oh, that was it. That was the point.
Brain-computer interface could one day be used to restore impaired vision and hearing. In a post on X, Musk said the company is working on devices that can directly stimulate the brain by sending signals to areas responsible for sight and sound. Neuralink's experimental blind sight system targets the visual cortex, allowing people with vision loss to see again, starting with basic low-resolution images. Neuralink.
Yeah, that's pretty much the point, you know.
Yeah, so like he said this is Jesus-like things. But you know his name is Yahweh Shah, but that's once again that's showing that God complex. No, you come to me, I can help you. You know, you don't go to the Most High, you come to me. And the priest is here about to read that in Isaiah.
Hey, you mind if I get a precept real quick? No, go get Isaiah, brother.
Okay. It's Isaiah 14:14. It says, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. And what he just said is basically what he trying to control everything. But the Most High control everything.
Right.
Verse 15, it says, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. So you really fooling your own self, bro. You too smart, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
I believe that was it on Isaiah.
All right, go ahead, brother. You can play it.
Put it over. All right.
Yeah,
There's no audio on it.
These dudes is cloning. They cloning. They using artificial eggs, 3D printed artificial eggs. Okay, and they're going to try to bring back animals. Like, so we was watching these movies like Jurassic Park, and this is Jurassic Park right here.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They doing it right now.
That's crazy.
You know?
Right.
Hatching chickens without no real eggs.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're not going through the process of life.
What they say they're going to be able to do, they're going to be able to get animals that was going through extinction.
Right.
That have been, you know, because they be finding bones that was frozen in Alaska. They're going to be able to take the bone marrow and be able to bring these animals back to life.
Exactly.
So this is what this man is doing.
All right. The scriptures say that
you see, this was an extinct. This was an extinct animal, a bird, and they just brought it back to life just now. No. Y'all see that? That's crazy.
Yeah.
And this is Revelation 19 and 20, real quick, Baba Kushal. It says, and the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrote miracles before him.
Mm.
See that? It says, with which he deceived them that received the mark of the beast, and them that worship his image, those both were cast alive into a lake of fire burning with brimstone.
Damn, duped them. The people got duped by the false prophet.
Look at that 3D printed eggshells.
Yeah, them niggas gonna make Jurassic Park again, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, look at that. It looks just like the movie.
Yeah.
So they working, bro. And that's why we gotta understand the love that we gotta come with and understand that the suffering gonna come. Because if you don't take the mark of the beast, you're basically gonna push a spirit out there that they don't want to be pushed.
Right.
You know, let me get 2 Timothy 3 and 12.
Right. And you know, just going back to the autothesis, it's that spirit of Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai is the spirit that they don't want to have pushed into the earth. They don't want to see Israelites moving and operating in that mindset, because that's how we really supposed to be moving. We're supposed to be operating through the Holy Spirit as a nation, you know, on one accord, you know. And when you come against that notion of how these heathen want the world to be ran, like the scriptures say, when you depart from evil, you make yourself a prey.
Yep. Go ahead.
Oh, this is 2 Timothy 3 and 12. It says, yea, and all that will live godly in Yahweh Shah shall suffer persecution.
That's it. So if you desire to live a righteous lifestyle, you're pretty much doomed to suffer persecution.
Yeah.
So understand what you're a part of before you even come into this thing. If persecution is not the road you want to go down, then don't even fake it. Don't even come into this truth. Just continue living a fake Disney World, Starburst, unicorn, popsicle lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
But when you come into this truth, you got to understand that you're going to get persecuted for trying to be righteous, bro.
Right.
And we agreed to this before we came here. Remember that?
Yeah. I was about to say, yeah, this was the agenda already assigned.
All right.
Like told Jeremiah before the I knew thee before you hit the womb.
Yep.
And I ordained thee. So I already gave you a task.
I'm suffering. We was already given, and we agreed to it. We said, okay. It's just that we forgot our agreement.
You forgot it. Yeah.
Yeah, because when you come back, you don't have, you get a clean slate. You don't have no remembrance of what you did,
Yeah. So we do stirring up our pure mind. We remember, oh shit, okay, this is what this is about.
That's what I agreed to.
We about to crash out right now, like in a righteous way, not like you know. But yo, we gotta stand up for this. Okay, this is what it is. I accept the contract. I remember.
Because you gotta think, our purpose wasn't to keep paying taxes year after year, being subject to payments. We have to have a bigger purpose.
Yeah.
Luke 23 and 46 and John 10 and 17.
Luke chapter 20.
We put on chains of darkness. So we made this agreement a long time ago.
Yeah.
And our minds has been stirred back up again. We understand what we up against. We understand that we're dealing with Goliath. We understand that.
Yep.
But we ain't running from it. We ain't ducking no smoke. We gonna stand in that fire. That's it.
It's the Neo moment. We've been running for a while. We've been trying to duck it, and You know, it's like that moment Neo he's seen his purpose. He said, "Oh, this nigga just a written code. This not even. This is yo, man. I see what this is. He passed the test. It's just mental."
Right.
Luke 23:46. And when Yahushua had cried with a loud voice, he said, "Father, into thy hands I commend my spirit." And having said thus, he gave up the spirit. Yeah, when you go into that word commend, it basically saying that he made a deposit. You know, the Lord put a down payment. He what he had, he put down, he gave up his spirit willingly.
He willingly offered up himself.
Yeah.
Because everybody was getting confused. Oh, the Romans captured him and Judas betrayed him. The Lord already knew what was going to go down.
Right.
Yeah.
That was it on 46.
Okay, John 10:17, Philippians 2:6-9.
John 10:17.
Okay.
It says, Therefore doth my Father love me, because I laid down my life, that I might take it again.
See? So he laid down his life.
Man.
All right? So Yahushua was pretty much just going through the motion. See, brothers, what you gotta understand, bro, we're locked in this. Bro, we didn't choose who was gonna be our mothers, did we? No. We didn't choose our Torah who was gonna be. No. We're locked in this system, bro. This earth. We locked in here. We got enemies. The Lord already know. You got to understand, bro, what you signed up for, bro.
Right.
You got to endure hardness like a good soldier. You know? Yeah.
Verse 18, it says, No man taketh it from me, but I lay it down of myself.
No, so did the Roman Empire take down Yahushua? No. Did Judas take down Yahushua? No.
Nope.
He already put it out there. Good.
It says, I have power to lay it down.
And the Lord assisted in writing the story of what happened. Ah, yeah, that sounds good. Okay, so all right, cool. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
That's like you seeing the script being written and you like, yeah, because he was up there with his father, you know, before the foundation of the world. This was already written. So
Nate don't got no control why he can't say the Lord's name. He don't got no these Gorilla Hebrew don't got no control why he was being a Batiman. You got to understand, bro. We're acting out these roles. It's just that the Lord chose these vessels.
Yep.
The scriptures say the deceiver and the deceived are his.
Woo! Get that, please. That's it. Go ahead, priest. Read that verse again.
God, it's St. John 10:18 says, No man taketh it from me, but I lay it down to myself. I have power to lay it down, and I have power to take it again.
That's right. Yeah, that's it.
It says, This commandment have I received of my Father.
So that was a commandment. The Lord said, yo, whenever you want to take it, whenever you want to lay it down, you do it. He already got the order. That's why he knew in 3 days, just like Jonah, I'm going to come back after 3 days. It was already a commandment already.
Yeah.
It was law. So it wasn't about Pontius Pilate. It wasn't about the Pharisees, bro. Everybody is just playing a role, bro, in this movie.
Right.
You know, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yo, that's powerful.
Said, forgive him, for they know not what they do.
Yeah, Khan. This is Job 12:16. It says, with him is strength and wisdom. The deceive and the deceiver are his. So the Most High is letting you know the deceived and deceived. I control both sides.
Man.
I control who gets this truth and who don't get this truth. I'm in control of this. I'm in control of good and evil. I'm in control of all of these things. The Roman Empire didn't take Yahweh Shah's life.
Hey, you're gonna have men. You're gonna have men that never made one video that's gonna be saved. And you don't get mad at that. That was your lot to make all these videos, and like what we do, we go out, we make all these videos, and we go on the highway and byways for hours at a time, 6 hours at a time. Guess what? You're gonna have men that never preach on the highways and byways that's gonna come into the truth, bro.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You got a last hour brother right now that's riding around with a gun that got pounds of weed in his car right now.
Right now.
Yeah.
But he a last hour brother. He's gonna come in.
You got a last hour brother just sharpening his knife in the jail.
Yeah.
And he gonna come in.
Yeah.
So we're just playing a role. Everybody's playing a role. They positions, even the so-called back and forth brothers be having. It was all prophesied, bro.
Yeah.
We're gonna see eye to eye in the kingdom. You know, that's on that.
That's it.
All right. Matthew 26:52. And Philippians 2:6-9. Let me get Hebrews 12 and 2.
I got Hebrews.
I got Philippians.
I got Matthews.
Get Philippians.
Philippians 2 and 6. It says Philippians 2 and 6. Who being in the form of the Most High thought it not robbery to be equal with the Most High.
So how in the world is Jesus the same, or y'all call him Jesus? How is he the same thing as God?
It's not possible.
Yeah, how was Shah thought it would be robbery to even make himself on that level?
Mm-hmm.
By their understanding, he would be robbing himself. That doesn't even make sense.
Right. Yeah, I just caught that just now. Yeah, that don't make no sense at all. You know, verse 7, it says, but made himself of no reputation and took upon him the form of a servant and was made in the likeness of man.
Right. He came in as a form. He took the form of a servant, a slave. Hey brother, just type in the word slave and just see what pictures come up. This is the form that he took. So how do we know that Yahweh Shah looked like a so-called black man? Who are the modern day slaves now?
So-called blacks and Latinos.
The Israelites.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is type in slave, servant, look who come up.
Mm-hmm.
You better, you're gonna be scrolling for hours trying to find an image of any other nation. All you see are Israelites.
And then you see ships right there. It's connected to the ships. It's connected to yokes of iron. That picture right there at the bottom left. Yokes of iron on the neck, on the bottom left right there, that last row to the left. Yeah, the yokes of iron right there, you know? Ships. Who are those people?
The Israelites.
The Israelites, man. Yeah, Bruce.
It says Philippians 2 and 7 NLT. It says, instead he gave up his divine privileges and he took a humble position of a slave.
Yo.
Yeah.
A slave has a look. A slave has a look. It has an energy with being a slave. You know? Yeah.
And was born as a human being.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he had a father and a mother.
Yeah.
You know,
was born just like every human being. Like I tell you in Wisdom of Solomon, the 7th chapter.
Compacted in blood, the time of 9 months, 10 months, 9 months. Same form. You know?
Yeah.
Verse 8, he humbled himself in obedience to the Most High. And died a criminal's death on the cross.
He died a criminal's life, bro. Wow. He died like he was a sinner. He died like he was a criminal, bro. He died like he was outpost. he died like he was Rayful Evans. He died like he was a criminal.
Yeah.
Like he was a drug dealer. Like he was a gangbanger. He died like Nipsey Hussle. He died like with a hideous death. The most hideous death, bro.
Yeah.
And he didn't do no sin. Yeah.
Verse 9, therefore the Most High elevated him to the place of highest honor.
So the Most High God, Yahweh, he elevated him. So he is called the Lord. That position, that assignment came from his father. Why do y'all want to see? That's the problem with society. They want to make everybody on the same level. A male, a female. A female. No, a man is over a female. You know how you know that? Look how infrastructure was built. I've never seen one woman building highways, building big scaffold buildings.
It's all men.
I've never seen that. Show me. You might have one woman, she a damn lesbian and probably bugged out her mom.
She's the flag lady. She's flagging the traffic.
Right.
That's all she's doing.
That's all she's doing.
Yeah. It says, therefore the Most High elevated him to the place of highest honor and gave him the name above all other names.
And that's the name Yahweh Shah.
That's right.
If you don't know the name Yahweh Shah, the Lord ain't dealing with you. Period. We're not going to be beefing with you about that. When I see you, brother, I met a brother yesterday at the fish market, right? He called him the name Yahuwah. I just totally ignored him. I said, Yahweh Shah. He said, oh, man, you know, man, Cam's got differences. I said, no, that's cool, brother. I know the Lord's not dealing with him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I kept it cordial. He's an Israelite. Yo, what's up? How you like it? You know what I mean? And I went about my business.
Yeah.
I know the Lord ain't dealing with him. That's it on 9?
That was it on 9.
Okay, Matthew 26:52.
This is Matthew chapter 26, verse 52. Then said Yahweh Shah unto him, put up again thy sword into his place. For all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword. This was Yahweh Shah talking to Peter. Peter tried to defend Yahweh Shah cardinally from this process that the Lord already told him that he was going to go through.
Because Peter wasn't privy. He wasn't privy to that agreement that the Lord said, yo, I did this before I met you. You know, he forgot about that. He probably had a brain fart. That's what I meant to say. He probably had a brain fart because sometimes you get caught up in the moment and you just react. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. So Yahweh Shah was rebuking him for his misunderstanding. Like, yo, bro, this is what I got to go through.
Yeah. Right. Verse 53. Thinkest thou that I cannot pray to my Father, and he shall presently give me more than 12 legions of angels?
So he's basically telling him, bro, I'm just acting this out. I'm literally I could call 80,000 angels. One angel could destroy probably this whole planet.
Yo, that would have been so seismic. If a legion of angels just pulled up to the Garden of Gethsemane, it'll be raps. But like brothers is saying, it's a way how the Most High has things being set up. It's a play. It's a script.
It would have been too much.
Yeah. It wasn't what the will of the Most High was.
Now them angels, they are gonna pull up. Them legions gonna pull up, but I'd have imagined they jumping out of UFO, out of them vehicles. It's too early. They never seen nothing flying before. There ain't no helicopters back then. So you're right. He like, yo, listen, it's a set for a time for this, but this right now is way too early.
Yeah.
UFOs.
The Most High, that lets you know when the Lord come back, he gonna go on overkill.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna go overkill. If he gonna bring over 80,000 angels, bro, that means that he gonna go overkill.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the minimum amount of angels he can ask for.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what's funny? I just sent you something, Shalak.
Oh.
these same vehicles, these chariots, these figures in the Caribbean, Jamaica, Trinidad, Haiti, they're getting so much reports about UFOs and chariots. Is baffling scientists, bro. You want to know why? Because that's where the Israelites is at.
Right. They like to say Area 51 is a lot of UFO sightings. Where's Area 51? That's next to Mexico. That's where the Israelites are. You know, so that's where they showing up at.
Right.
I mean, they popping up all over on these maps. You see that? Caribbean reportedly among areas of UFO sightings in global database. Yeah, go to the next slide. You mean the Caribbean has enough documented UFOs to earn us a place on the National UFO Reporting Center Global Mapping Project? So you got Barbados they seeing chariots. Jamaica is seeing chariots, 32. Keep going. Trinidad, look at that. That's where Priest Brothers are from. Yeah. Jamaica, look at that.
Yeah, I seen them, and they was over in Montego Bay. They definitely was out there.
Wow. Barbados. St. Lucia. We had a brother named no, he was from St. Kitts. Salakia. St. Lucia. You know? Check that out. So these same legions and the vehicles that they arrived in, why are they all around Haiti and all these spots at? Wow. Because that's where the Israelites is at.
Well,
that's on that, please.
I got a precept. I got a precept.
Hold on.
If not, let me get Hebrews 12 and 2.
Let me see. What was I on? Nah, the verse 53, it says, thinkest thou I cannot pray to my Father, and he shall presently give me more than 12 legions of angels? Verse 54, but how then shall the scripture be fulfilled that thus it must be? So yeah, you're right. Like this is written for us to go through a certain process.
There was a script.
Yeah.
You know, Judas was written in the book of Psalms. Judas was talked about in the book of Psalms. You know, this was a script that had to be played out. And we're playing the script.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ezekiel 37, Revelations, the 11th chapter. You know, the dry bones, us being risen up. We literally living out that prophecy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hebrews 12 and 2. And then I'm going to read Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 1.
This is the book of Hebrews.
Yeah.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 12, verse 2. Looking unto Yahushua, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame.
Man.
And is set down. And is set down.
The cross is I was building, me and Priest Alf was talking. That was a shame ritual. So Yahweh Shai endured the cross. The shaming ritual, that's the embarrassment. He was spit on. His clothes was torn. Nobody want to walk around outside with their clothes looking torn. So first of all, public embarrassment of your clothes looking torn. Then people spitting on you. Nobody want to get spit on, bro. That's disrespectful. You know. Then it's by sinners and it's people that's not even worthy to even be doing that. So it was a shaming ritual. So he is enduring the cross was enduring being openly and publicly embarrassed.
Wow.
You know, which nobody wants.
Kind of like what they did to Kevin Hart on that comedy show.
Right.
That hosting session. That was humiliation.
Right.
You're talking about your father. They talking about when you got caught cheating. They talking about The Rock talking about he want to have sex with your wife.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know, talking about Kevin watches us all the time. He probably do.
Yeah.
Yep. And I wanted to just, land back off of that point. With the cross, Yahweh Shai had to set himself as the sacrifice for the nation of Israel. He had to endure that, role of being that sacrifice for our sins, our transgressions. So it's again just tying into the topic of the autothesis. We're literally getting into the mind of Yahweh Shai, like Priest Shalak was, expounding on. Nobody wants to go through that shame, but he went through it. He despised it, but he understood that this is going to preserve my nation. This is what he was sent to do. Hebrews 12:2 in the latter, it says, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of Yahweh.
Right, so how can he be the same as Yahweh if he at the right hand? That don't make no sense. Good.
Verse 3, for consider him that endured such contradiction of sinners against himself, lest ye be wearied and faint in your minds. Yeah, so, what we're given is an exhortation, to think about how Yahweh Shai handled, basically being, shamed. How he had to endure being, around sinful people, that came against him for being righteous. For being perfect.
Hey, do me a favor. Look that word up where it says contradiction.
The word contradiction in the Strong's definition says gainsaying, opposition, rebellion.
So imagine being killed by niggas that sinners they self.
Him right here, yeah.
Imagine that. These guys were committing adultery. That's why when Yahweh Shai, he wrote what they was doing in the dirt, they all ran. But yet they wanted to get him killed, man. These guys you people are resisting righteousness. Deacon Hakah, you guys in Genesis, y'all are resisting righteousness, bro. You're resisting Yahweh Shai. That's why the Lord is going to put a major judgment in the earth. It was better that you didn't learn the truth. Okay? Wisdom of Solomon 3:1.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 1. It says, but the souls of the righteous are in the hand of the Most High.
At the end of the day, no matter what you're going through, right? The souls of the righteous is in the hands of the Most High. So you just got to enjoy the roller coaster ride, bro. However which way it comes. Because the person that's controlling the ride is the Most High. You in his hand. Good.
Yeah, and there shall no torment touch them.
Right. And no torment going to touch us, bro. Because whatever destruction that he want to bring to us, Esau, it can't touch our spirit. That's why I said, be afraid of the one that can kill both body and spirit.
Yeah.
All Esau could destroy is the body.
Flesh, that's it.
That's it. He can't touch our souls. If somebody get that precept for me, worry about the one that could kill, I think that's Matthew 10, if I'm not mistaken. Worry about the one that could kill both a body and soul.
Yeah.
Go ahead, priest.
Come on.
Yeah, it's Matthew 10:28.
Right.
I get it.
Bring it up, King.
Said 10 and what's that?
28.
28. Come. It's Matthew 10:28. It says, fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
That's it. So when we dealing with the mark of the beast, that's all flesh. Food is flesh. Buying and selling is flesh. They can't attack our soul. You see?
Yeah.
So what are you going to do when the mark of the beast comes? We're going to rely on scriptures like this.
That's right.
Matthews 10:28. We read in Wisdom of Solomon, the 3rd chapter right now.
Yeah.
These are insurance scriptures right here, assuring you that you're still in my hand.
Hey, appreciate that. When we was building, you bring out a scripture that says, "Who can endure if the Most High, want them to endure?"
Yeah.
Like Priest Malakbar just said. Say again, Priest Malakbar.
Yeah, you'll hear questions out here. Oh, what are you going to do when the mark of the beast come? No, we're going to rely on scriptures like Matthew's 10 and 28.
Right.
We're going to rely on Wisdom of Solomon, the 3rd chapter. We are no matter what happens, we're in the hands of the Most High.
That's right.
That's what we're going to rely on. We're not looking at we don't want no temporary fix. Because that's what it is. It's a temporary, you're going to be destroyed anyway.
Right.
So why take it?
Right.
That's it.
Read that. Wisdom of Solomon real quick.
Wisdom of Solomon. Huh? Who that? Should I?
Wisdom
of Solomon 11 and 25. And how could anything have endured? Right. And when you look at that word endure real quick, it says undergo, suffer. First of all, suffer. We talking about suffering, painful, difficulty, patiently, to live or to experience. So how can anything have undergone a suffering, right, to endure, if it had not been thy will? So the abilities that brothers gonna go through to be able to suffer without eating unto death is by the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And that's a talent that the most Yahweh Shem Yahushua self specifically, when he gave brothers of that Holy Spirit, part of that Holy Spirit wasn't like brother saying just knowing a prophecy, but also standing up unto facing unto death, because he did it. So that's a talent he gave brothers. Nah, you were able to do it, brother. I did it, and I'm giving you that talent to be able to face death.
That's a heavy measure of faith.
It is.
That's a heavy measure of faith to say that I will be willing to die for the will in the name of Yahweh Shem Shai.
But when you think about it, that's not even you. That's the Most High want you to do it.
That's his will.
You see, it's not even us. That's the guys that's going to be part of the elect. The Lord already made them part of the elect.
Yeah.
So that's why you got to always be humble and pray, cry, fast, and beg the Lord that you can be part of the elect. Because that's the Holy Spirit. That's the spirit that was on Ezekiel, son of man. That's Isaiah, Obadiah, Haggai. If you make it on the chariots, it's because the Lord wants you to make it. We was predestined before the foundation, before the world was even put together, bro. This is what I'm trying to tell brothers, not the audience.
Do the Holy
Mario is going to always wear a red shirt. Luigi going to always wear a green shirt. Sonic the Hedgehog going to always wear blue fur. Tails is always going to have a red fur. We are subject to that. And it's through the will of the Most High if we make it, man. You got to understand that if you got the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the Lord is dealing with you. Off that alone, he's dealing with you.
Yeah.
It says, how can anything have endured if it had not been thy will, or been preserved if not called by thee? This scripture right here, this needs to be pushed more. And brothers need to let this marinate in their mind when you go on the walk. You know, when you take that hour walk, 2 hour walk, read Wisdom of Solomon 11 and 25, bro. And let that marinate. Because everything is happening through the will of the Most High.
Yeah.
If a bird flew out the sky and died, that was the will of the Most High. If I seen a dude, a homeless guy, he got hit by a bus while he was sleeping and died, that was the will of the Most High.
Yeah.
And it sounds crazy, but that's the will of the Most High. Your thoughts is not my thoughts, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Your pastor's a homosexual and you go to that church, that is the will of the Most High.
Yeah.
Wow.
If you believe a lie, the Lord said, I would give you your strong delusions.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, back to Wisdom of Solomon 3.
Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 2. And the sight of the unwise, they seem to die.
You see, in the sight of the unwise, they thought Yahweh Shah died. They thought the 7 sons of Siva in the book of Maccabees, the 7th chapter, they thought they died. They thought Samson died. All of that in the sight of the unwise, that's how they think. Good.
And their departure is taken for misery.
Why? Because the world, what the world sees, they looking at things through the things externally.
Yeah.
You
the
know,
carnal lens.
The carnal lens. Me and a brother, we was talking to a brother, and you would never think this brother know the people that he know. Just by looks. You know what the brother said? He said, man, I'm never judging a book by its cover. You know? So on the side of the unwise, everybody judge everybody on how they look. You know? Yeah.
And it's like we Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah doing like we got these screens, like I got this couch thing behind me. But it's just a look, but that's just a cover up for what the real visual effect. We're gonna see, you know, everything gonna be exposed. You're gonna see, oh, okay, this is really what's going on. The angels is behind them. This is going on. This is the man of the Lord. This angel, this great angel right here is backing him. The Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah is backing him. Told that angel to, you know, support that brother.
So it's like a green screen.
It's a green screen going on. So they thinking brothers at their lowest state, brothers bugged out, brothers crazy, brothers this, brothers that. But until you remove that green screen, you gonna realize your green screen, you got demons, you got all types of shit, and then their green screen, they really backing them.
Yeah,
right. That green screen, green screen gonna go off once the nukes is out.
Once the nukes is out, yeah.
They gonna be like, oh shit.
Then shall they know a prophet was amongst them.
Prophet was amongst them.
Yeah.
It's like that movie They Live. I think it's They Live.
Oh,
yeah. Put them shades on, man.
Yeah.
That's the problem. They don't got the spiritual blue blockers on. They don't got the spiritual shades on. Yeah.
In the sight of the unwise, they seem to die, and their departure is taken for misery. And they're going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace.
See? So when you felt bad for Yahweh Shah when he was on the cross, he was at peace.
He was at peace. He was really, like I said, the screen, you thinking he on the cross. When you really take the screen, he really sitting at the right hand side of Yahweh. He really with the Father right now.
Yeah. All you saw was him being hung and things happening to him.
Yeah.
But the spiritual sense, he was sitting right on the right hand side of the Most High.
The final boss is death. That's the final boss. Once you realize, nigga, you ain't shit, you gonna deal with the sacrifice.
Yeah.
A lot of people make effed up decisions because they're afraid to die. They're afraid to die. Good.
It says, verse 3, it says, and they're going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace. For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality.
Right. So if we get punished in the sight of men, bro, we got a direct flight for immortality.
Man.
That's why I tell brothers, death is the final boss. When you play Street Fighter, I think M. Bison, that's the last person. That's death.
Yeah, the scriptures say that. Corinthians says the last enemy that shall be defeated is death. Yeah.
And the reason why everybody gonna take that mark of the beast is because they're afraid to die, bro. Yeah.
It says, verse 5, and having been a little chastened, they shall be greatly rewarded. So the Most High, he still called that all a little chastening.
Right.
Whatever, you know, brothers may go through, it's a little chastening.
Right.
Yeah, man. That fire that I've been reading 1 Peter, the first chapter a lot. That fiery trial that brothers got through, that's not to destroy you. Let me get that real quick. 1 Peter 1:7. That fiery trial that brothers got to go through is meant to reveal what you are, what type of metal you are, what type of jury you are. You think the fire, oh, I'm gonna get burnt. No, it's meant to see if you gold. It's meant to see if you wood. You know, that's what it's about. You got that,
This
Priest?
is 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 7. Outside of 6, it says, wherein you greatly rejoice, though now for a season, if need be, ye are in heaviness through manifold temptations. You know, so it's a season to rejoice, to be able, like Priest Thawam is saying, to go through this moment where you're being examined, where you're being tested. Verse 7, that the trial of your faith, being much more precious than of gold that perisheth, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Yahushua HaMashiach.
So the fire is not meant to destroy you. The fire is meant to show if you really got faith. That's all the fire is for.
Yeah.
To show if you really got faith. You're going to have people that are going to look at the fire. Oh, man, that's why they're going to take the mark of the beast. We know that if we're not able to buy or sell, then we know, damn, we at that moment, brothers. We there. All they can do now is arrest us and have their way with us. But that will let you know that, yo,
this was
you
all
gotta
right.
sit on the faith, man.
Oh, con, yeah.
You know?
The scriptures was right.
Scriptures was right. Yeah, Priest, Wisdom of Solomon 3.
We really in the book. Like, oh.
Yeah. Verse 5 again, it says, Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 5, and having been a little chastened, they shall be greatly rewarded. For the Most High proved them and found them worthy for himself. So like you said, it's a test. You know, the Most High just proving brothers, you know, what Ezra said, y'all brothers, commend y'all brothers. Y'all brothers stood stiffly for the word of the Most High. You know? So that's all it is. It's a proven stage. You know, the Most High is letting brothers know that brothers are going to be greatly rewarded. Greatly rewarded. Finishing off verse 5, it says, and found
like the Lord just got you out there, you going through a humiliation ritual, and that's it. Ha ha ha. You know,
you just Kevin Hart on the stage. Yeah.
Kevin Hart on the stage. Even that nigga getting money from it. You know what I mean? You know, this the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, he's gonna give brothers a better life.
Right.
You know, that's what we believe in. You know, that the rulership to come, now brothers is going to be put in a better position.
Priest, that's every video game is like that.
Yeah.
Every video game, you go to different boards so you can have a better situation.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's the same thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It says, for the Most High proved them and found them worthy for himself. Verse 6, as gold in the furnace have he tried them and received them as a burnt offering.
See, so we're going to be received. We're going to get burnt. That's why we bring out 2 Timothy 3 and 12. We're going to get received like a burnt offering. Our faith is going to be challenged. Your faith is going to be challenged, bro. Yeah.
Verse 7, in the time of their visitation shall they shine.
We're going to shine. We're going to get angelic bodies. We're going to shine. We're going to get spiritual powers. Yeah.
And run to and fro like sparks among the stubble.
Brothers going to have spiritual. We're going to be moving like Flash.
Yo, this
like
is
sparks
crazy
on
right
stubble.
bro. Yo, this is beautiful right here, this verse. This whole thing is bad, man.
And that's all because we have the same mindset, that sacrificial love, that autothysis that the ants got. That's what the Most High like. Because it says whoever try to keep their life going to lose it. Whoever willing to lose their life, they're going to gain their life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Verse 8, they shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people.
I thought everybody gonna be equal in the kingdom of heaven. That let you know these guys don't read. Good.
And their Lord shall reign forever.
And Yahweh Shah gonna reign forever. Last verse 9.
Verse 9, they that put their trust in him shall understand the truth. And such as be faithful in love shall abide with him.
What do we understand the most? We understand Yahweh Shah. We understand the truth. We have an understanding of the game plan that Yahweh Shah wants to run.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We understand it. We see the African countries now starting to link up with Russia. We know what's going on. I think the dude, I forgot his name. Burkina Faso. He just linked up with Russia. That's prophecy.
Mm-hmm.
So we understand what's going on. Yeah.
Verse 9, it says, they that put their trust in him shall understand truth, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with him. For grace and mercy is to his saints, and he hath care for his elect.
And he has care for his elect. And the first person I heard talking about the hopeful elect was Apostle Gabar.
Yeah.
All right, that's the first person I heard speak about it.
Yeah.
You know, this is not an everybody moment, man. This is about the elect. All right, that's what it's about. That's all that, brother.
Yeah.
John 18:4 and Revelation 13:8. You see that? Burkina Faso. So these African countries are starting to link with Russia, with the beer.
Mm-hmm.
It's happening.
Right.
So we know what's going. We know the game plan.
Right.
While this is happening, we still gotta get better in our faith. We still gotta become better spirits. We still gotta put ourselves on the line while all this is happening.
Right.
Good. John 18:4, Revelation 13:8, Leviticus 17:11.
This is John chapter 18, verse 4. Yahweh Shai, therefore, knowing all things that should come upon him, went forth and said unto them, whom seek ye?
So Yahweh Shai is letting you know he knew all things.
Mm-hmm.
He knew who Judas, he knew who was going to betray him. He knew what was going on. He knew he knew he was going to die a terrible death. He just ain't know the like it's, you know how sometimes like you know something, but you don't really know till you get into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know though, the experience is just different though. Yeah.
Like I knew about sex. You know, I used to, when I was a little kid, we watch a little porno and stuff like that when we was a little kid. Debbie Does Dallas, we young, going into our Uncle Stashes and trying to play nasty movies. But when I got in that thing, my first time having sex, I didn't last more than 3 minutes. It was a different thing when you get up in there. You know, the same thing. That's why when Yahweh Shah, he felt it. He's like, oh shit, this is crazy. And then they did a study and said nobody ever got crucified or got demolished like that. I think National Geographic, they did a whole a documentary on the amount of pain Yahweh Shah went through.
Yeah.
And it was terrible.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Verse 5. They answered him, Yahweh Shai of Nazareth. Yahweh Shai saith unto them, I am he. And Judas also, which betrayed him, stood with them. As soon then as he had said unto them, I am he, they went backward and fell to the ground.
Man.
Yo.
Like a spiritual I am he, and all them soldiers fell down to the ground.
They bowed to the only begotten son.
Wow. Hey.
He like, yo, y'all moving out of script. Wait a minute. Then asked he them again, whom seek ye? And they said, Yahushua of Nazareth. Yahushua answered, I have told you that I am he.
I'm him.
They glitched, bro. Yeah.
They glitched. They glitched. They said, oh shit, he is he.
But they all reading from a script, you know?
Yeah. The script glitched at that moment. They said, "Oh, he had to repeat it again." Yo, I'm him.
It's like when
Do
Neo
what you gotta do. They like, oh shit.
Oh shit.
It's like when Neo seen the cat. They knew it was a glitch in the Matrix.
Yeah.
Good.
Man.
Verse 8, Yahushua answered, I have told you that I am he. If therefore ye seek me, let these go their way.
Right. Yahushua said, if you really want me, leave my other men alone. Go ahead.
That the same might be fulfilled which he spake. Of them which thou gavest me, I have lost none.
See? So that he was following the script.
Mm-hmm.
They could have easily wiped all of them out right there on the spot.
Right.
You got to ask yourself, why didn't they just grab all of them up and just stop the movement right there? They could have grabbed Thomas. They could have grabbed everybody up right there, bro. Why didn't they grab? Why they just went with Yahushua and said, all right, we just take you? Because it wasn't time for the movement. It was time for them to go into the book of Acts.
Exactly.
If that makes sense.
Nah, that makes sense, priest. Because if the Romans, if they really had a fear of Yahushua and the authority, really the wicked scribes and Pharisees that were dealing with the Romans, if they really had a fear of Yahushua, it would only have made sense to come after those that was also a part of his group. But like you said, it's a script. It's the way how the Most High had things set up to play out.
Yeah. Yep. Even right now, look at America. They glitching out to let us come out there every day on the highways and byways, week in and week out. That was stupid.
Yo, priest, that's a great point.
They supposed to have been grabbed us up.
Priest, we on the live stream right now.
Yeah. You on the live stream talking about downfall to society.
Yeah. That was it, priest. Revelation 13 and 8.
This is Revelations chapter 13 and verse 8. It says, and all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world.
So Yahushua was killed before the world was even put together, bro. He already got slain. He was already set up to be slain. He was slain before the foundation of the earth.
Yeah.
So when we read the book of Genesis, the play was already established, bro. Before it said, let there be light. Let there be light. Before all that happened, Yahushua was already slain before the foundation of the earth.
The script was written.
You don't make a movie and start writing it. No, you write the script before you put the movie together.
Right.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
When you listen to interviews from movie stars, Denzel Washington, whoever, they'll tell you that we got to read the scripts first and then act it out.
Yep.
Come. That's good. Let me get 2 Corinthians 5 and 20 and 2 Peter 2 and 21. 2 Corinthians 5, 20, 21, and 2 Peter 21 and 22. We're going to wrap it up in like 10 minutes.
2 Corinthians 5 and 21?
5 and 20 and 21, and 2 Peter's 20. First Peter's 2 and 21, I think it was.
I got Corinthians.
All right, get it, brother.
2 Corinthians 5 and 20. It says, now then, we are ambassadors for Yahushua, as though, it says, we are ambassadors for Yahushua. Nah, hold on. The version just changed.
Right, I got it.
Okay, my fault. Go ahead. You got it.
This is 2 Corinthians 5:20. Now then, we are ambassadors for Hamashiach, as though Yahweh did beseech you by us.
Mm-hmm.
We pray you in Hamashiach's stead, be ye reconciled to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
Mm-hmm. Good.
For he hath made him to be sin for us, who knew no sin.
So Yahweh Shah, he was already put in place to be a, what you call it, like a safety valve. He was like a what you call that? It's like a oh man, it's like a something in the backdrop. So like I think it's called a safety valve. If I am mistaken, like when you do something, it's like a second way to do it. Let me see. What's that word safety valve mean?
A safety valve is a critical fail-safe mechanism designed to release excess pressure or temperature from a system, preventing explosion, equipment damage, or catastrophic failure.
That was a safety valve, bro, because Israel was about to explode.
Yeah.
They needed somebody to ease the pressure because the Lord was going to do us in. He was upset with us.
Mm-hmm.
So the Lord already knew Israel. He knew Adam was going to go off. He knew all of that. Yeah.
Verse 21. That we might be made the righteousness of Yahweh in him.
That's right. It was all about making us like him or being his understudies, you know?
Yep.
All right.
1 Peter 2:21.
This is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 2, verse 21.
Yes.
It reads, 2:21, it says, For even hereunto were ye called, because Hamashiach also suffered for us, leaving us an example, that ye should follow his steps.
So Yahweh Shah suffered on the behalf of other men, you know, and that's the love. That goes back to the autothesis, you know, what's going on. And that's pretty much it, man. We don't got time to be talking about our ancestors and let's let's talk to the ancestors and no. Right. We're going to big up Yahweh Shah.
Right.
Yeah, priest.
Yeah, because like we talked about the ancestors, they were a failure. The ancestors that our people are reverencing and looking to, they didn't abide by autothesis. They didn't look to sacrifice themselves to, forward the nation and preserve the line of Israel in righteousness.
They was going another way.
Exactly.
They went the easy route. That means anybody can have access to your God if you get some water, a few candles, and a skull or something.
Somebody can walk right in the room and put a cup of water in front of your God.
Get a cup of Aquafina, a bottle of Aquafina, and light 8 candles and start. Anybody, that's not it, bro.
Right.
So we're bigging up Yahweh Shah, man.
That's right.
God.
Yeah, keep it and stop at 22. We're going to put the video.
God, verse 22. Who did no sin, neither was guile found in his mouth.
Who did no sin. Our ancestors sinned. That's why you see the Levitical law. Don't eat pork. Don't commit adultery. Our ancestors was doing that.
Right.
That's on 22?
That's it.
All right, you can play the video. And then priest Zaquan, give me Galatians 3:13. And somebody give me Deuteronomy 21.
I got Leviticus.
Yeah, Leviticus, Galatians 3:13 and Deuteronomy 21 and 22. Yeah, preach, you let this play.
Ancestors of the highest light, who has fully ascended to come and assist me with such and such.
He's going to be destroyed. He's going to be destroyed, and he's going to get mangled when that time comes.
Yeah.
Okay, look at this one right here.
Clapping pews. They danced barefoot under full moons. They didn't beg for blessings. They became the blessing. Church was a placeholder, but the original altar was earth.
Look at glasses.
The fire.
Fucking Maya Angelou.
They spoke to stars. They read bones. They called the rain by name. Don't confuse colonized religion with divine remembrance. Your lineage knew how to move storms, and now you do too. The ritual is already in your blood. Wake it up. I'm Smoke the Creator.
Bugged out. You stop every storm but the white man storming into your communities and bringing your ass on slave ships.
Yo, wow. The 285 was flooded. Get out of here, man.
And this is why our people are crazy.
Yeah.
So now, yeah, you let it
Generation. Why y'all fighting over funeral programs? If ancestral veneration is so demonic, why are y'all fighting over funeral programs, babes? It's because you want to be connected to that loved one. You want the obit, you want the pictures. Some of y'all fighting over the CD they play, the slideshow.
You can pause that. This is why our people are messed up, man. Because everybody can go on social media and act like they smart.
Yeah.
We've got 19 keys.
Hoodoo was the spiritual practice of the slaves.
How you know I ain't free and work every root my grandmama taught me to keep you and that crazy brother of yours safe.
When we look at like black church today, black church is a derivative of hoodoo, right? Being Christianized because they couldn't practice their own system. So when they would drum, they would band drum, right? They would go into the forest and they would do certain dances in a circle and they would chant. And the idea was that they were conjuring certain energy and spirit within each other. Right, they would hum and they would share certain messages, right, to raise the hope frequency of people that were there.
Oh my God!
Embedded in this today, right? This idea of catching the Holy Ghost.
Priest, can I say something right quick?
So it's a
you gotta hear what he's saying. This is the practice of the slaves. Why the fuck? Why would you practice? What was the practice of a slave? Did that serve them? Did that help them? No.
And why?
It kept them in bondage.
And then he brought up that clip in Sinners. Nigga, she got killed. She got killed. A baby died.
Yeah.
She was catching all type of hell.
Yeah.
Yo.
Then he turned into a vampire. The other brother, they were being terrorized by vampires the whole movie.
Yo. So
when the enemy come in like a flood, your hoodoo ain't gonna work.
Man.
It's not working.
It ain't working.
That simple ass nigga, he gonna try it too.
He gonna die.
Exactly.
He gonna die when that happens.
Yeah, these niggas.
But the point of the matter is that these dudes are trying to tap in to a group of people that lost.
Right.
They lost. Our ancestors lost. Once they came on the ships, they lost.
Man, these niggas can't stop doing Memorial Day. Fuck out of here. Y'all niggas ain't really on that hoodoo shit. Y'all niggas gonna be partying for Memorial Day, nigga. You gonna be doing Atlanta Invest Fest. You a fake ass nigga. They just fake. Even though it's all off, they not even standing on business like they saying. They fake. They going just like the ancestors. The ancestors did whatever the 4th of July. Everybody did everything that Esau told them to do. You gonna be celebrating and doing this whole Memorial Day, and all these niggas gonna be out here doing the same thing, barbecuing.
Yeah, y'all gonna be doing Father's Day.
Yeah.
Someone gonna tell you to honor your father.
Yep.
Yeah, let it play, bro.
I think that
is that what happened, and they understood the unique power of music, because a lot of them came from Congo, right? And in the Congo, they was going through their old war, and they had knowledge of warfare. And so there's a lot of things that we practice in a culture that we don't realize why it resonates with us, right? Why when we hear certain things, we hear that 808 drum, you feel me? That's supposed to be really for wartime, right? Because you're embedding that into the soldiers to prepare them. So if I'm listening to some gangster music, I'm probably in the gym. Because if I'm doing it at home, I'm probably not going to be peaceful to the people around me. Because I just shifted my energy. So now, right, I got a shorter span of things that I'm willing to tolerate.
Man, cut this $2 nigga off, man. That nigga $2.
This nigga right here. Look at this
in the
nigga.
laboratory.
It's a $3 bill.
$2 knowledge.
I offer you nothing but smoke. Smoke
$2 knowledge.
The Congos and the energy. Nigga.
How many times we heard that, man? We done heard that Kanye. You took Kanye line, nigga.
He always say a whole bunch of nothing. A whole bunch of nothing.
And meanwhile, these Edomites are getting ready for civil war.
Exactly.
These guys are talking about some bullshit. They out here licking your French fries.
Yeah.
This is what the Edomites is doing. The Congo and the Jordan. Well, why do you think she's licking those French fries? Because she's licking them for Jake. Jake, she knows Jake going to McDonald's.
Yeah.
Yeah, you left, right?
Dirty bitch.
Hold on. You want French fries today, right? Girlfriend wants French.
An employee at a McDonald's in Southbridge is facing criminal charges after a video of her went viral. We're going to show you that video. This is the video that sparked a police investigation. You can see the employee that we've identified in court documents as Kaylee Marie Santos stuffing French fries into her mouth and then putting them in a fry carton as a coworker laughs along. According to court documents, Santos was working as the night manager just over a week ago. It says she then served the contaminated fries to her ex-girlfriend. Both Santos and the coworker have since been fired. Santos has been charged with distributing food containing a harmful substance.
This is madness. I don't care how much Congo drums you play and ancestors you pray to. You still got to get your food from your enemies, man. If she's doing this to a ex-girlfriend, what are they doing to our food?
Right.
We don't control no food industries. We don't control no infrastructures. We don't control no oil rigs. We don't control nothing. They having their way with us.
Yep.
And you want us to give honor to the ancestors? All right? All the slaves got hung on the cross, man.
Right.
Or you can put a slave on a tree, hung on a tree. All the slaves got hung on trees, man.
Yeah, the ancestors got us to this point.
Right.
They're the ones that's responsible for the enemies of the nations being able to really have their hand on Jake like this. You know?
It's so bad that they had to blur it out.
Yeah, they blurred out a lot. But
pull that one. You can't get you can't tap into those because this means something in the scriptures. If you see somebody hanging on a cross or hanging on a tree, hanging on a tree, this means something. That means that this man was wicked. That's a curse. That lets you know that that's a curse. And we're going to end it off with Galatians 3:13.
This is Galatians chapter 3, verse 13. Hamashiach hath redeemed us. Hamashiach hath redeemed us from the curse of the law, being made a curse for us. For it is written, cursed is everyone that hangeth on a tree.
See? So you want to pray to those ancestors that was doing hoodoo, that was in the witchcraft, that was being wicked, that was committing adultery. And when they got hung on a tree, that was a sign that they was cursed. This is how we know who the Israelites are, bro.
Yeah, that's the biblical, that's the spiritual perspective. That was a mark. That's like a tombstone to say, damn, this was a sucker right here.
He was cursed.
He was cursed.
So now you want to bring these spirits back? No, he's back in the spirit world.
Yeah.
He's at peace.
Yeah, he at peace. He like, damn.
I fucked up.
I messed up, man. You know, Jake messed up. We messed up. Like, yo, brother, he like, nah, I can't inform you on to do the right thing because this is what I got myself.
Right.
Why you
Don't look at me, look at Yahweh Shai.
Exactly.
Yeah, why you calling on me for, man? I don't want to see you go out how I went out.
And that's what you're doing. You following the traditions of men. You're gonna make the same mistakes that our ancestors did. Y'all gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. We know that we're not cursable because we up under the name of Yahweh Shah.
That's right.
All right, let me get the law and then we're gonna wrap it up.
God. It's Leviticus 17 and 11.
That's it right there. That's a good picture. Good.
It says,
blow it up? Yeah. Good.
It says, for the life of the flesh is in the blood.
No. Deuteronomy 21 and 22.
Oh, Deuteronomy.
Deuteronomy 21 and 22. We're gonna wrap it up with that.
I got it. This is Deuteronomy chapter 21, verse 22. And if a man have committed a sin worthy of death, and he be put to death, and he be to be put to death, and thou hang him on a tree, his body shall not. His body shall not remain all night upon the tree, but thou shalt in any wise bury him that day. For he that is hanged is accursed of Yahweh.
Damn.
Wow.
Damn. Man. So why would we do that? You know? Why would we want to tap into the ancestors when it's showing you that they was cursed, man? That's why we went on the slave boats. That's why we came back into Egypt again on ships. It's showing you who's the curse. And you won't see no other people like that. You know? This is the last verse we're going to end it off. Mark 7 and 9. And he said unto them, full well, ye reject the commandments of the Most High. That's what y'all doing. Y'all rejecting the commandments of Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, that ye may keep your own traditions.
Damn.
Yeah.
Rakatah. So y'all voided the laws of the Most High to keep your own traditions, the hoodoo, the Santeria, the motherfucking ephus. And this is what happens when you go against the Most High. You get hung on a tree. You don't get hung on a tree because not every slave got hung on trees. You have people that knew that they was Israelites and still was believing in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua.
Right.
And that's the love that we got to tap back into, bro.
That's it.
Right. And with that being said, we like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh
Bashim Yahushua Bashim
Rakah. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth sincerely and not for vain glory. Big up to the house of Dawood. Big up to Priest Karak Al-Kahan, Priest Marazal Gabar, and Priest Saquan Ayan. Anybody else I'm missing?
Peace Rob
Shapat.
Don't beat me up, brother. I'm sorry. Hey, with that being said, Shalom.
Shalom.